Yo, guys, it is Old Man G here. I am back again. It's a Red Devil Live podcast, actually. Red Devil Live podcast. I am waiting on a few people to come in to get involved. So tonight, basically, the show is going to be like a massive tier list. We're going to do Champions League tier list predictions, Bundesliga, La Liga, and Serie A. But if you're new to the channel, to like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Follow us on Twitch and X. Smash the notification button. For latest just football news, obviously we are a United fan channel as well. But yeah, guys, as I'm waiting for like some guys to come in the background, because thanks offensive fullback, really appreciate it, bro. It is cool. So the only thing is now I need a good outro. I'm trying to find a good outro, so I'm trying to make a good outro actually. So while I wait for some other guys that hopefully will be joining us, because I really want us to be interactive, having a conversation with the panel, obviously the people are going to be watching as well, while we do like a tier list prediction. I thought what I would do while I'm waiting for people is just basically just go through my Premier League predictions for the upcoming season, and then hopefully by the time I go through that, there'll be a few more people that will be coming in, and we can go through our Champions League predictions, La Liga, Ligue 1, and Bundesliga. Because for those who know, we did a Serie A prediction I think about 2 weeks back, actually, with the guys from Boston TV, and that was great, and it was awesome. And you can check out the video that is on the channel. We did a similar thing with tier list. So I'm essentially doing the same thing, not just with Serie A, but obviously covering the other leagues. So we have like a general prediction, and then what I'll probably do is after this is finished, I'll upload all the segments separately and have a completely separate basically just chunk the clips up so it can be uploaded, so you can get them all in segments to what we thought our predictions were, if that makes any sense. But make sure that you smash that like button, share it, because we're in for a long night, hopefully. So let's get straight into it, actually. So obviously I know the Premier League has started with predictions, but I thought I'd obviously re-go the tier list. So this is a tier list. I love these tier lists. It's great. I don't know who made them, but they're quite into actually. So I'm going to go through what I think are my predictions of the upcoming season, and let me know if you agree, for those obviously who are watching, being involved. So I would usually start at the bottom. I start with basically the relegation spots. Who I think is going to be bottom? Other teams. Who do I think is going to be bottom? Obviously, 3 games have been played, but who do I think is going to be bottom? Who do I think is going to be bottom? I'm going to go with Norwich. I'm going to go with Norwich being bottom. I think Norwich being bottom. I just think that, I think I predicted them to being bottom in the previous preview. I just think them bottom. I just don't think that they have the. I don't think they have. They've not. I've not really seen them invest really, and I just think they're going to concede too many goals. They're going to play good football as they do, but they'll just concede too many goals, man. And I don't really think that, as much as Pookie, I just don't think that he'll be enough, to keep them up in terms of consistently goal scoring. I just don't think that they will have that, and I think that's going to be ultimately be a problem for Norwich staying up. So personally, for me, I think Norwich are going to finish bottom. Is there? Nah. I'm trying to think of reasons as to why they might finish top. There might be some reasons, but I just think that they're gonna finish bottom, unfortunately. Sorry. They're gonna finish. That's myself on Twitch speaking about nonsense, obviously. Right, let's move. So that's Norwich there. Let's move. Okay, what's next? Okay. So 19th, I would probably put. What am I going to put 19th? 19th, I will put. Our offside says Norwich bought Josh Sargent, USMT. They did in the transfer, so that actually might be that. That's a fair point. That potentially might change things. I'm not 100% sure. For me, I think the biggest thing is just them conceding goals. They might score more goals now. I'm not sure. I mean, like I said, I don't really follow USMT, the US soccer team, although the guy Tactical Manager, I watched a couple of his videos, and they seem to be doing a bit better. But I still don't know whether that will be enough to help Norwich out. At least I don't think so. But good shout, and thanks for reminding me. 19th, second relegation. Sure, for this relegation is hard. No, not Arsenal. Possibly. Maybe I should go out of my way. Like, to be honest, if Arsenal don't sack Arteta, I legit think that this is where Arsenal will finish. If they don't sack Arteta. But I'm going under the impression that they are going to sack Arteta at some point, because this loss thing can't continue. I appreciate the fact that put us at the SMB. Shout out to SMB in the chat, man. Thanks for joining, man. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Put Arsenal in. See, this is the thing, bro. It's like, I legit think that if they come on, Arsenal, bro. I legit think that that if they don't sack Arteta, they'll be in danger here. If they don't sack Arteta, they literally could be here. So it's difficult. Should I go based on prediction of what's happening now, or I don't know. But maybe no, I can't put Arsenal. I can't put Arsenal there. It's unthinkable for me that Arsenal Football Club can get relegated. Even though I've said this numerous times, it's unthinkable. But to be honest, well, how can I put it this way? I know the Arsenal board are not dumb, and I know the Arsenal board are not going to be dumb enough that they're going to risk hundreds of millions of pounds on a coach if he continues to deliver poor results. That's just not going to happen. So I just don't see it. I see it. Whatever happens, Arsenal are going to probably stay up just from the sheer fact that that they'll sack Arteta. They'll sack Arteta at some point. Esme says, low-key, Arteta's getting to turn to prime Pep Klopp next week, turn up against Norwich. He always is when he's about to get fired. Possibly. But who should after 19th? This is a tricky one, man. This is a tricky one. I'm still going to go with Watford. I'm going to go with Watford. I'm still usually two teams always tend to go. I still think Brentford have got what it takes to stay up. So I'm going to put Watford in this position personally for me. Sorry, 1 second. Where are these guys, man? I've been left alone to host this show, but it's okay. As long as you guys are watching, it's fine. I'll keep going. It just means that I'll be doing the Champions League preview myself, so it's all good. Shout out to Luke to Luca Live. I can come on if you want. Yeah, Luca, man, come on, bro, come on. The link is in for those. If you want to come on, the StreamYard link is in the chat, and it's also posted on my Twitter. So if you want to come on, Luca, man, I'd appreciate that, bro. Mo says Arsenal doing everything in their power to get relegated. Yeah, but yeah, man. I think it's going to be very interesting. Like I said, they're not going to get relegated because the Arsenal are not dumb enough that they wouldn't bring in a manager. I think the only possible way Arsenal get relegated or risk get relegated is if they stick with Arteta and or I don't know, the players just don't care. And I can't believe that with this team. I can't. Offensive work says no Ramsdale, Benoit, and Timothy will prevent relegation. Yeah, it's yeah. That's in and of itself. In and of itself, that's funny. In and of itself, that is very, very funny. How the mighty have fallen should be in that case. How the mighty have fallen. Please like the vid, guys. For those watching, it goes a long way. Really, really appreciate it. 18th, bro. Let me know. This is supposed to be interactive as well, guys. This is interactive. It's not just me and my predictions. This is interactive, guys. Let me know in the chat, guys, as well. So I'll make it. This is the Red Devil Studio community predictions for the Premier League, Champions League, etc. So, guys in the chat, who do you think is going to be 18th? Who do you think is going to be 18th? Post your responses in the. Who do you think is going to be 18th, guys? Who do you think is going to be 18th? Because I'm stuck with this one. Offensive fullback says Brighton. And it says, I think Southampton will go down. Okay, fair. Southampton is an interesting shout. Brighton, I don't know. Graham Potter, they were close last season, I agree. Mo says Southampton. We're getting a few Southamptons here. Okay. Watford have goals in them. The front three will save them, says Mo. Okay, fair. There's a rumor that Arsenal was doing some shavers at the hypes on Reddit and Twitter. Well, it's true. Oh, that's interesting. So I'm getting a lot of Southampton. A lot of people saying Southampton coming in. Southampton. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, I'm going to put Southampton as 18th then. Okay, let's quickly get speed through this. We can get onto the big meat and potatoes, i.e., the Champions League preview predictions, because that's going to be sick, and hopefully some of these guys will come on. So 15th to 17th, guys. 15th to 17th. Personally, for me, I think 15th to 17th. You're going to probably have Brighton, Burnley, and Palace. Or Brighton, Palace, and Brentford. Those would be my 15th to 17th. Real Side of Madrid says Brentford. I don't know. I think, though, I mean, what we saw against Arsenal and the way they go forward and they press, especially, I think they'll probably stay up, bro. I think they'll probably stay up. No, I think next. Let me know your thoughts in the chat. I'm gonna put these here. Let me know if you disagree. Burnley and Brighton. I think, because there's usually always a promoted team that does really well in the first beginning of the season. You know, they'll be like, right, okay, they're going. And I think that Brentford will be that. I think Brentford will be that team. Personally, for me, I think they'll probably be that team. So I think in no particular order. In fact, let me switch that. If you can switch it, you could probably put that there. You know, maybe Burnley. That seems reasonable. Let me know what you guys are saying. Offensive fullback says, yeah, I agree. Okay, cool. Okay, let's move on. Let's have a look. Oh, by the way, guys, I am on Twitch as well. I'm trying to diversify my my platform here. So I am on Twitch. So I'm gonna just post a link in the description. But if you'd hit a sub to my Twitch channel as well, I'm streaming on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Because ideally, I want to try and do in the future some watch-alongs, more, and go into more detail, which I have a bit more freedom to do on Twitch as opposed to here. So please head over to my Twitch channel. Offensive fullback says Arsenal now. I mean, you mean Arsenal in the so? I think here, yeah, I would put. I'm gonna put Arsenal. If we're talking 12th to 14th, man. Yeah, I don't actually make any apology for. I don't make any apology for that. I don't make any apology for this. Lucas on Mobile says, I'm here for your opinions about the serie to this. Can't wait to see it. Oh yeah, bro. Like I was thinking of because the Serie A tier list video, Lucas, I did do with Rossoneri TV, and there's a video on that is on the channel. So if you want us to go through it again, we can do it if we've got time. But there is a whole like 2-hour segment dedicated to the Serie A tier list, which we did on this channel now. And in fact, because people are asking about Serie A, so let me post the link for those who want the Serie A. Where is it? Yes, so it's about 2 hours. It's got chapters in it as well, so you can kind of see it all divided. We had a lot of good fun with the Rossoneri guys. So here's the video here. It's in the description now. But what I'll try and do is I'll revisit it, maybe show you what we predicted for it, but also look at the Champions League. But we're going to be doing the Champions League next as well. So that involves Serie A teams. Right, let's. Okay. Oh, you don't have to do it if you don't want to. I'll just watch the other one. Thank you, man. No worries, bro. What I might do is I might do a quick recap of it and show you what we did. But what if you want to, we are going to be focusing on the Serie A teams in the Champions League. So that's something that I'm interested to see what people's thoughts are, because I want to see how well people think the Serie A teams, specifically AC Milan and Inter, are going to do when we do our CL Champions League prediction, how far they go, if that makes any sense. So stay tuned for that, guys. Stay tuned for that. And thanks to everyone who's watching on Twitch and Facebook as well. Right, let's quickly round off this Premier League stuff. So I put Arsenal, bro, guys. I put Arsenal in this position. Personally, for me, they're gonna be they're gonna be there. Let me know if you disagree, though. Let me know if you disagree. In fact, let me change this banner, man. So I'm improvising. Premier League tier list. This is what happens when you do all this stuff by yourself. Okay. Cool. Okay, right. Okay, so let me round this up. So we've got Arsenal here. So 12, 13, 14. So that's 3 positions. So I'll probably put Brentford up here as well. Who else? Wolves. Yeah. That's what I do. Wolves, Brentford, yeah. No particular order here. Wolves, Brentford, and Arsenal. 8, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let me know in the chat if you disagree or not. Agree? Ooh, we got our first guest. Limo Lerner says agree 100%. Thanks, Chief. And we got our first guest, Patrick, brother. Thank you for joining me on the stream. Ooh, are you?
Oh, how you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks, buddy. Really appreciate you coming on, man.
Nah, man, I just saw that. Let me join him for a minute and see what exactly you're putting Arsenal in the wrong place.
well, let me know what do you disagree? Do you disagree with this? Like, I wasn't gonna do Premier League, but I thought just to buy time while I wait for some other people to come on, because to be honest, the main focus of this was the Champions League actually, and Bundesliga and Liga predictions. So I'm just gonna try and do this quickly. But like, do you think that Arsenal not gonna be there?
I think you're putting them a bit far. I think maybe somewhere 15th. You know, I think Brighton will do better than Arsenal.
Like, I thought you were saying, oh, you're putting them a bit too.
Nah. Do you know what? This is something I just want to. I'm thinking about this. Arsenal, will they have the cojones to actually, let's say, like Norwich, right? Norwich are looking for their first win, and Arsenal fans, I've noticed, I've been watching a few shows, and I see most of them saying, we will win Norwich, we will win Burnley. But these two teams are looking for a win. It's not going to be as easy as they think they're saying. And Norwich is not a bad team. Norwich can actually disappoint you if you let them play. So I don't know. I think Norwich versus Arsenal will be a very close game because it's going to be between the relegation teams. So it is what it is. I don't know. I just have a feeling that Pukki is going to enjoy himself against Arsenal. Like, they still have Cantwell, the Pukki. They still have Aaron's. Like, it's a very good team. It's a very good team. People shouldn't look at them losing 5-0 to City and then they're like, Norwich is an easy team to beat. I think it's going to be a struggle for Arsenal with Norwich and Burnley. Burnley. If Burnley make it hard for Arsenal, where is Arsenal going to score against Burnley if they pack the bus? I don't know. So anyway, so I don't know. I just think Arsenal are not going to do well this season, and even though the fans might not think so, I think it will take them changing the coach for them to do better. That's what I can think. Yeah.
Well, that's what I was saying. I was like, this is on the assumption that Mikel Arteta is going to leave, is going to be sacked. Because personally, for me, I don't see Arsenal finishing particularly high if Arteta is still manager of Arsenal Football Club. Because, and I asked this question before we obviously move on, that yes, okay, they lost to Brentford, lost to Arsenal, and Arsenal and City. Sorry, Chelsea and City obviously are favourites for the title. But when you look at the way they play, like, how many teams in the league are better than this Arsenal team? And that's the question. So like, which teams right now you see are definitively, you believe, that are worse? And maybe say, okay, maybe people might say, I've said Norwich.
But are Norwich that bad, or they just also got a bad end of the stick?
Well, this is the thing. So Limo Lerner says Arsenal won FA Cup. Have some respect. He did win an FA Cup. Limo Lerner, they didn't win an FA Cup. They did.
Some respect for winning the FA Cup.
Shout out to the FA Cup. They also finished 8th. He's also finished 8th 2 seasons in a row. So yeah, man. Let's quickly move on because I want to get into
go ahead,
Champions League, man, so that we can have a discussion about that. So wait, 12, 13. So there's actually another one, 12, 13, 14. So that's 3. So 8th to 11th, so that's 4. So I'm going to put these in no particular order, but let me know if you agree. And likewise in the chat, for those who are watching, let me know your thoughts on these guys, whether you agree or disagree. So I'm going to put, let's have a look. I'm going to put Villa here. I'm going to put Leeds here, Newcastle, and it's tough.
Newcastle on top of Brentford and Brighton.
Yeah.
Are they playing? I haven't been watching Newcastle. How are they playing?
But this is the thing about Newcastle, right? Is that like they finished? People forget they finished. I think 12th last season.
Did they?
But the thing is, what I've noticed about Newcastle is that they tend to pick up their points, a lot of their big points, like in the latter third of the season, when everyone's almost like focusing on FA Cup or Champions League or Europa League, etc. They tend to pick up a lot of their points in the part of the season, and St James's Park is a very difficult ground for. I mean, even as a City fan, you will appreciate that winning in St James's Park is difficult. But I don't know, like
I don't know. I even Newcastle. To be honest, I think Newcastle will struggle. Unless I have a feeling that your man Vieira won't make it. It looks like he's. But yeah, if you say so, like I'm starting now to feel sorry for Arsenal putting them there, but stick there.
Well, you look at the table. Newcastle are high, got more points than Arsenal right now.
Yeah. So you know what? Fair. You're right about that. Fair. So yeah. Put Newcastle there. I would rather put Brentford or Brighton. I think Brentford will have one of those seasons like Wolves. When Wolves came up. What's the other team? It's Wolves and Sheffield United. I think those teams come with hype. Then they always end up overachieving, then suffering.
Okay.
Anyway, that's a good one.
Okay. Yeah. No. I'll make that switch. Like I said, this is a democracy today anyway, so it's not my predictions.
What about you? What's your feeling on Arsenal? On your honest feeling? Well, like on the ranking, where would you put them? Where did you put them again?
Arsenal. I'd keep them there if they stick with Arteta. If they stick with Arteta, they'll be in that like 15th position. So, but the thing is, Arsenal Football Club are in a business that I know that they're not going to be there because they would have sacked Arteta by that point.
Okay.
So that's why I'm like, this prediction is based on Arsenal
sacking Arteta. Okay.
But I know that they will because, as you said, if he loses against Norwich, I think that's the final draw. I think he gets sacked.
Oh yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
Who they bring in? The difficulty is that you're like, okay, he's going to be sacked, but then who do they bring in?
They bring in your man again, the other guy, the one who was there before Arteta. Remember that guy?
Oh, Freddie Ljungberg. Yeah, that's.
He had a few draws. Remember, he wasn't actually doing as bad as Arteta. He had draws though.
I mean, they didn't play particularly well, to be honest, under him. So and the thing is that a lot of those players. I mean, we'll move on, but a lot of those players that were playing didn't play. A lot of them have lost their form or injured. So Partey's obviously out, and on top of that,
Ben White, COVID,
that is losing their form. So you've got a team now that is nowhere near as like.
Your mic is bad. It's going like a.
Oh, is my mic not good?
Nah, yeah. There's something wrong with your mic.
Is it crackling or is it? Let me have a look. Let's try. 1 second, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but it's with some sort of distortion,
Distortion. Okay. Let me fix this. What I'll do is I'll see if I can get my headphones. For everyone who's watching, I'll be back in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, let's just wait for him as he's getting his headphones. Where is he digging the headphones from, man? Are the headphones not close?
Can you hear me, everyone?
Yeah, where were you picking your headphones from? Are you picking?
Yeah,
Did you go and buy headphones from the local shop?
No, back in the attic, man. Back in the attic. Is that better, though, by the way? Is that better?
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, there was a distortion with your sound. It was just sounding like a robot.
Oh, right. Okay. Gee, this is why I need to get a proper mic. I've tried getting a few mics and they've not been so, but I think I use these iPhones for now. They're quite inbuilt, which is quite good. Anyway, okay. Moving on. So just so 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. So if I put, let's have a look. Everton
7th
here.
What you're trying to say, Aston? Wait, you're putting them 8th. Are you trying to say Aston Villa will be?
No. These aren't in any particular order.
Oh, okay, grand.
Yeah, these aren't in any particular order. Just where where they'll kind of
where they kind of finish. Okay, right.
Yeah, where they'll finish. Yeah, rough around it. So, right. Okay. Right. 7th spot. What do you think?
Teams are left? What teams are left?
So we've got Chelsea, Leicester. So I'll scroll up here.
I don't know. I never thought West Ham would be a team I'm scared of and saying they seem like they still have that hype from last season. I think West Ham. I think when it all comes to the business end, I think West Ham will bite the dust on 7th. But what do you think?
I think 7th as well. I think that I actually think that David Moyes is doing a pretty good job of what he has right now.
Yeah, amazing job.
Considering that 2 seasons ago they're like, oh, bottom, battling relegation, etc. And now
they wanted him gone. Even remember that some of them wanted him gone. They didn't like his football.
Exactly. Now they're playing a bit more entertaining football, and they're very difficult to beat. So. I think that I'll say something about Everton. Rafa Benitez is looking pretty good with Everton, but I think Moyes. I think the only thing I'd say maybe I'm a bit worried for West Ham is that they're playing Europa League football now, and so sometimes is that going to be an issue with the Thursday night football? They
don't have a squad too.
Exactly. So a part of me is like maybe I should put Everton where West Ham are, because I think that West Ham might suffer from the Europa League football, and so and whereas Everton obviously don't have European football right now. I don't know. What do you think?
Oh no, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Everton. Will they be stable? What about Aston Villa? Aston Villa playing any European football? I don't think they are, isn't it? Aston Villa.
Oh, I've got Bayern Studio here. Hello, Bayern Studio.
Hey, hello.
Hey, thanks for joining, man. Really appreciate it.
Yes.
So we're just rounding off our Premier League predictions. Then we're going to be going into the Champions League, Champions League predictions, basically. Do you have anything to say about these Premier League predictions?
Yes. Switch Everton with West Ham because Richarlison scored a hat trick against Germany, gold medalist.
Are you basing the whole fact on that?
Yes.
In all fairness, we were thinking of switching Everton anyway. Be honest.
Yeah. I sort of see it. He did brick it a lot in the Copa America finals. So, but yeah, I agree with it on the sheer fact that I just think that the Europa League football might cause some problems. Right, let me go on.
Will replace Mbappe in PSG.
Sorry, say that again.
Richarlison is linked with PSG. He might replace Mbappe.
to replace Mbappe. You're absolutely right. You know, so I'd be it'd be very interesting to see Mbappe go to Madrid, and Richarlison go to PSG. Whether he wins the Champions League of them remains to be seen. I don't know.
Why is that everybody's after him? Remember the time when Barcelona bid for him like 80 million and it was rejected? That was, I don't know, why is everybody after him? Looks like Barcelona will bid for him. I remember it was rejected. Everton seemed to value him in some sort of amazing amount.
I just think there's a dearth in strikers. That's the big problem. There's not and so mediocre strikers. You know, get and can now go for hundreds of thousands of pounds. So. Right.
Yeah, but there's Andre Silva, Andre Silva, Isaac, there's a lot of people. Anyway, they're not that great, to be honest, also. They're just because no strikers out there in the world,
Right. Final reviews so we can move on to the Champions League. So, because I really want to talk about that, and I'm interested to see what your thoughts are, guys. So 5th and 6th Europa League spots.
I would start with
if I put
Tottenham.
less. Oh, go on. Tottenham. Okay.
Yes, Tottenham.
Are you sure? They seem to be playing very well.
I mean, have you ever heard of a Spursy? Do you know what that means?
Yeah.
They
bought everything. I know they bought everything.
Yeah, that's just history, So, I mean, this is higher than I think they were last season. So I think they will be higher. So I'll scroll this up here. But I don't know. I just think that when it comes to the crunch moments, that I think they might. You also got to forget they've got UEFA Conference League football going on as well. So
they lost to Passos Ferreira.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. Was it called P? All I remember the acronym was PDF.
Passos de Ferreira.
Passos de Ferreira. Just absolutely.
The Portuguese name. Yeah.
I really couldn't believe it, to be honest. So,
embarrassing, yeah.
They made it through to the group stages, but I don't know. I just think that the thing about Spurs is that they're 1 or 2 injuries for me away from a problem. So, especially if they get injured to Son, if Son gets injured, Kane, I think that they can still do okay without him, but I think if Son gets injured, then it's over.
They're in trouble, yeah.
And I think, yeah, and he's, he could be injury free, but is that a general? What do you guys think? Especially for those watching in the comments, what do you guys think? Do you keep those 2 Europa League spots?
Yeah, them too. Yeah, less than the Spurs. Yeah.
Okay. Bayern Studio, would you agree?
Yes, I agree. Yes.
Cool. Awesome. Right. Let me. Okay. Right. Okay. So top 4, which looks like it's pretty much the same teams that were top 4 last season. What I'll do is, what'll be easier is if I just put Man City here.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't lie. The two teams right now that look good. The 2 teams that look good is United and Chelsea. United and Chelsea have to go at that top. Take United and Chelsea to number 1, please. Bayern, am I lying? Those are the 2 teams that look good right now. United and Chelsea to the top.
I don't understand, Patrick. Your team won the Premier League last season.
Yeah, but Liverpool and City put them second. No. Liverpool and City. No, Liverpool and City have to be second. Chelsea and Man United have to be the 2 at the top.
Yeah,
it's fair.
I think we can all agree that Manchester United first place
and Chelsea.
I mean, I don't agree with it at all because, No.
You have Ronaldo.
No. It's not really about Ronaldo. It's that basically you have how did Chelsea and City be ahead of United when Chelsea are the current UCL favorites, and then and City won the Premier League last season. As Mo Wada even says it, he says City won 3 out of 4 Premier Leagues. they have to be the favorites.
No. Let's not use that.
You got Grealish as well, who's
Red, you're trying to cap. Red, you're trying to cap. You're trying to do reverse psychology here.
There's no reverse psychology cap, man.
Bayern TV, which team right now do you think is a threat to everybody?
Manchester United.
Ronaldo
is a massive game changer.
Yeah, please put the champions at the top, please.
Please for the way. How are we already the champions? We can't be like it just
Red. Allow it, man. Put this. It's you at the top. It's you at the top.
Varane, World Cup winner.
That's Champions League winner 4 times.
Winner.
I mean that is true, but he hasn't won a Premier League though. Whereas you look at De Bruyne, you look at like Edison, you look at these
De Bruyne
guys.
is injured. De Bruyne is injured. Nah, this guy is trying. Please, we all know. Right now, even somebody said it. Do you know those boring games you guys were drawing? With Ronaldo, it's to happen the same thing as Ireland. Ronaldo would carry you through those games. Right now, it's between Chelsea and you guys. I don't think Liverpool and City have to bring something.
Liverpool have got their injured players back. That's the thing.
Yeah, but do you want me to be honest with you? I think Liverpool and City, even though I'm a City fan, I think these two teams, that's why somebody said if Liverpool and City, or he said especially Liverpool and City, if they come out of this and actually win this title, they will gain more respect so much because it's harder for them right now. You guys have to
Patrick, you put 5 past Arsenal.
It doesn't matter. Arsenal is a dead club. Arsenal is a dead club, man.
You tore them apart as if it was nothing. You know what
I mean? Let's be honest. Chelsea bought Lukaku. They strengthened where it was weak. They've got Saul-Niguez in defense. In midfield, who can also play as I think as a box to box, if I'm not sure, he can also play as box to box. So you're telling me that they have Lukaku now. They've got the goals they were missing. They've got somebody in case of what's his name? Kovacic, was it whatever his name is? I keep forgetting his name.
You mean Saul-Niguez?
No, Saul-Niguez, but there's another guy. What's Kovacic? The guy who came from Madrid?
Kovacic.
Yeah, Kovacic. Yeah, and him. Yeah. And then when Kante is injured, there's people to cover that midfield now. They don't look weak at all. They don't. And they had 10 men against Liverpool, who are a team you don't go against 10 men. And they survived. And you're telling me right now that you're going to the team that, yes, we won it without a striker, but I don't think the reason why we won it without a striker, I think we were lucky because there are no fans. Now fans will push their teams last minute. And we need to those 1-0s will no longer work. So you need to score goals. Now, Man United and Chelsea are looking tasty.
Well, Moa says, I think he's meant Liverpool here. Sorry, Chelsea here. So Chelsea and City have shown they can hit 95 plus points. Neither United, Liverpool and City have shown they can hit 95 points. Neither United or Chelsea came anywhere near close to that recently. Can you respond to that?
Yeah, look, as I say, those are the times you're hitting those big amounts is during times when we had squad. We had Aguero who could come in. We had Jesus.
You got Ferran Torres.
I know, but the kid is starting off. You've got Cristiano Ronaldo, the greatest player in the world, one of the greatest players in the world, in Cristiano Ronaldo, who is a freak of nature, who always wants to win. You can't tell me you're sitting here and putting United as fourth. Have shame. Put them up there.
100% shame. No, it's being humble. It's just being humble.
Okay, Red. Let's ask you, Bayern TV. Let's ask him a favor. Just take United, put it at the top. Just see how it feels. Just put them at the top there.
Okay.
My only concern is.
Oh yes, go on.
With
concern.
Solskjaer.
Well, this is exactly.
So what about Tuchel at Chelsea?
No. Yeah, I think if we can agree that Chelsea could be favourites. I can put Chelsea here, and then I can put City.
Oh, wait. Chelsea alongside United.
So you think Chelsea, then
United
second, and then this City, and then Liverpool?
Yeah, I think City and Liverpool battle it for third and fourth.
Yeah. I mean, I personally think it should be that way, but we did finish second last season, I will give you guys that.
You look. This is what you've done, you guys. You finished second, and now you've just added. Like you finished seconds with 12 points behind.
Yeah.
You've added the guy who will put that gap of 12 points. This Ronaldo is the guy who's going to drag you through those games when you're losing. Do you think when you're losing 1-0 to Burnley, Ronaldo is going to go in the dressing room and just sit back? He's a serial winner. He will push you, because we all know right now that the team doesn't belong to Oli anymore. It belongs to Ronaldo. That's Ronaldo's team right now as we speak. So look, man. Go ahead,
United and Ronaldo is a perfect marriage because United has a history of getting mysterious penalties, and Ronaldo is
you hit it on the nail, man.
Penalty kicker.
No, look. That's another thing. Now they have Ronaldo and Fernandes. You see, two serials.
Ronaldo and Fernandes.
Yeah, Fernando. Fernandes.
Shout out to Antonio in the chat from a guy from What's On TV. In fact, let's move. Let's move, guys, because this is I think why I really
Bundesliga.
Bundesliga is coming after this. Bundesliga is going to have this as Bayern Studio, but this is kind of the Bundesliga because we're going to be doing a brief Champions League tier list for the predictions. I'm going to quickly get this up. So that's here. So these are all the teams in the Champions League, and this is basically another tier list, but for the Champions League. And then we're going to be doing Bundesliga, La Liga, and then we'll end with Ligue 1. So the red side of Manchester, appreciate you. I've added you to the chat. Thank you for coming on, buddy. So this is essentially a Champions League preview / where do you think people are going to finish, who's going to go get knocked out, etc. Let me just change this. So hopefully, can everyone see that?
Oh, yes.
Okay, 2 seconds.
I would start with Lille. Because Lille lost their manager who won the title, and they started Liga quite poorly. So Lille.
Where did he go?
Europe. Nice.
He went to Nice. Yeah, went to Nice. Right. So you think that because obviously there's how many groups are there? There's 8 groups, isn't there? So there's 8 groups. So leaving so leaving Europe. So that'll be we need 8 teams here because leaving all 4th place teams will leave Europe and then heading to Europa League are the 3rd place teams. So is there a general consensus that Lille are going to finish bottom of their group? Oh, can anyone hear me?
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. What group? Leo.
So Leo, let me just quickly get the.
Is that that group G? That boring group G that looked like it's full of dead teams.
Champions League group. Let me just show everyone the Champions League groups again, and maybe that'll just help before we go into it. Okay, and then I'll bring up the tier thing again. Right, 1 second. I'll stop share screening that. And share screen this. There we go. So so that people can be reminded, Group A: City, PSG, Leipzig, that's Club Brugge. Group B: Atletico, Liverpool, Porto, Milan. Group C: Sporting, Dortmund, Ajax, Besiktas. Group D: Inter, Real Madrid, Shakhtar, and Sheriff. E: Bayern, Barca, Benfica, Dinamo Kiev. F: Villarreal, United, Atalanta, Young Boys. G: Lille, Sevilla. RB, I think it's RB Salzburg, and then Wolfsburg. So bear that in mind. This is Lille's group. Lille, Sevilla, Salzburg, and Wolfsburg. And then Group H: Chelsea, Juventus, Zenit, and Malmo. As a reminder, I'll just add Patrick to that. So yeah, just so everyone can see that.
I said Lille, but
Now you look at that group,
Now
you're like,
seeing the group, no. I mean, I think
Okay.
we can all agree that Malmo is 100% hesitant.
Yeah, I'm gonna put Malmo there
Malmo
as well.
can
Leave it.
everyone
Yeah,
agree?
yep, I agree. I think that
Ooh.
I would probably say because that's in this group. I'm probably gonna say that young boy Club Brugge. And Club Brugge, where's Club Brugge's badge? Here again.
With Paris Saint-Germain and Manchester.
If PSG dare finish bottom of the group. Oops, sorry. Who's that? Who's that mic in the background? Oh, sorry, I have to mute you red side, sorry. Who? Right,
That's not me. Nobody's at home here.
Okay. Hello, Antonio.
What's up? How you doing, man?
How you doing? You okay, buddy?
Yeah. If you guys don't know, I'm a big Milan fan from Rossoneri, and so you're doing this stream, and I'm just a football fan in general, so I'm excited. I want to get in this conversation.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. So, and shout out to Rossoneri TV as well, man. So, thank you for coming around. I really appreciate it. How's the stream going over there, by the way? Is it good?
Yeah. We're talking. Well, so Milan, we our owners are interesting. Like they put a lot of wage limits on players, so everyone is freaking out about Kessie over there because about his contract. So yeah, it's pretty fun though.
Yeah, it looks like there's something like an impending financial crisis. I think that's coming on. So it's a bit of a worry. Mo actually says, well, I mean, just for those who are obviously getting in, we are doing basically a Champions League. It's a prediction/tier list. So you have the teams you think are leaving Europe, then heading to Europa, then making it to knockout rounds. Underperformed underdogs could win it. So 8 teams here. They're going to be leaving Europe. We put Malmo and we put Club Brugge in. Mo has said that he feels that Milan might be leaving Europe, given the group that they're in. Antonio,
what group are they in again?
So
Liverpool.
They're in the group with Atleti and
Porto.
And Porto.
I think Milan will shock a lot of people. That's what I think. What about Young Boys?
Young Boys in the group of Villarreal, United, and Atalanta. I think
Young Boys will go out.
You think Young Boys will go out?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that a general agreement there?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Oli likes Young Boys.
Also, Sheriff.
Yeah, what about Sheriff?
Sheriff, yeah.
No, Sheriff, no. Not...
Well, the people think that Sheriff will do well. So Sheriff's group, Sheriff is that.
They're in Inter Milan's group, right?
Yeah, Inter, Shakhtar, Madrid, and Sheriff.
Inter don't have Lukaku anymore.
Inter don't have Lukaku anymore, but they're still doing quite well in Serie A.
Yeah. They look dangerous still. They're not as good as they were, but I mean, I don't see them getting 4th in the group.
It's got to be
Sheriff come from Transylvania, and Inter finished 4th last year, and Sheriff knocked Dinamo Zagreb and Slavia Praga in the qualifiers phase, so they could do something.
True.
So, I mean, I would put Besiktas before Sheriff.
You think Besiktas? So Besiktas' group, if I recall, Besiktas, I've got it here, are in the group with, where was it? I don't know. They're in the group with Sporting, Dortmund, and Ajax.
By the way, I already love the fact that you guys think Inter's going to get 4th, and I hope that happens from a Milan fan. Also, I just realized that I don't know your name, but he's got Atletico Madrid jerseys behind him, so that's interesting. I think if he's an Atletico fan, you're in the same group as so. Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough group.
Yeah. looking forward to it.
So given you, so red side and man, who do you think? I'll ask you guys, both of you guys, who do you think is going to finish bottom?
Like in just our group or in Inter's group?
In your group. In your group. So I'm going to put them in this leaving Europe a bit because someone's going to finish bottom.
I'm optimistic about
Porto.
Milan, but so I would say Porto, yeah.
Okay, Porto.
But
Ooh,
anything can
Red Side.
happen. Anything.
What's going on? Red Side, what's going on back there?
What?
Have you got a family
No,
or something?
No, they're playing football because I live in a apartment, so there's a lot of people playing football.
Right, I see. Okay, fair enough. If I
Yeah.
infamously mute your mic, it's not just to shut you up. It's just because of that background noise. Just as an FYI.
So yeah, I just said Porto. But look, anything can happen. I'm optimistic about Milan, but the group is really close. I think though, like people in chat might be underestimating Milan. So I don't know.
I also think they are, man. I think that team is going to surprise a lot of people. I think Liverpool are going to struggle against Milan, believe it or not.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I respect all the teams in our group. I saw what Porto did last season. They went really far. They're tough. Portuguese teams are always tough to play against. Liverpool, very attacking, high line. But what I did see from when Milan played against Man United last season, against like a Premier League pressing team, we played pretty well. Like we did adapt well, but I think this year our depth is better to deal with like Champions League and Serie at the same time. So I think we could do okay this season.
Fair enough.
When Ibrahimovic returns.
He's actually training with the group already, so he should be back at least for part of the Lazio game that we have, and then after that it's Liverpool. So I think he can play. I don't know if our coach is going to choose. I mean, Giroud has COVID, so it's also about choosing if he comes back too. So yeah. Okay.
Fair enough. So we've got 4 teams here. What are the other? So right now, from what I can see, let me still get that Champions League thingy up. Okay. So we've done basically Group H because that Malmo's down there. Club Brugge, so that's Group A. Young Boys, which is Group F, and Porto, which is Group B. So basically, I'm assuming are we Group D? Inter, Madrid, Shakhtar, and Sheriff. Like, can I just put Sheriff here? Can I just put Sheriff here? Like,
I would.
It would be a very big shock if Sheriff were to somehow come out of this group, in my opinion.
They will surprise a lot of people. Watch out.
If they do, like I said, I've told Real Madrid fans, I said, if Sheriff beat Madrid at the Bernabeu, you've got to give at least 2 of your Champions Leagues away. I'm serious. If Sheriff win at the Bernabeu, any Madrid fan, you have to give at least 2 of your CLs away, to whoever, because it'll be an absolute joke if that happened.
Shakhtar beat Madrid twice last year.
They did, but then at the end of the day, it didn't even end up. That group was weird last season because, Shakhtar beat Madrid home and away, but then Gladbach beat Shakhtar, and it was a very weird group this week. So I assume go on.
Yeah, I think Real Madrid they qualified on the last day on match day 6.
Yes.
So that was a weird group.
Yeah. No. It was. I mean, I would assume it's going to be different this season, although you could make a case that have Madrid really strengthened compared to last year. They've got David Alaba in. They weren't able to get Kylian Mbappe. Bale, I guess, is back, but they've lost 2 of their...
is back?
Yeah. Eden. I don't know what to say to that, really, buying to the studio.
By the way, just
Yeah.
if Malmo wasn't in Juventus's group, I would put Juventus out of Europe. That's how I
Yeah.
think of Juventus right now.
I
That's
would
how-
have. I would have. What the thing is that I might, and in fact, like just as we finish, I'll be interested to see because the next bit is like who's going to finish, who's heading to Europa League. So that's essentially the third place groups. But because I potentially think Juventus might finish third and go into Europa. But what do you think the last kind of, just as a general panel, the last three teams do you think that are heading out?
Beşiktaş, even though they bought Pjanic,
So
Dinamo
Besiktas.
Kiev, and I would say Sporting.
Where's Dinamo? So,
Sporting over Wolfsburg, and yeah, I would say Sevilla definitely goes through. I don't know. Lille look really shaky though. I feel like
yes,
Sporting's better than Lille, to be honest.
that's what I was saying as well. Lille looked very, very shaky. Very shaky. I know they did their thing, but as you said, people forget that they've sacked their manager.
We have their keeper now too.
Yeah, they made a few sales as well. Samori obviously went to Leicester, I think, if I recall as well. I think Lille might actually finish bottom of this group. Because
I definitely over Sporting 100%. I would say Lille. Lille would definitely put there.
Wolfsburg look a bit having a decent started okay in the Bundesliga.
Yeah, they started very well.
3 games.
You know, Salzburg. You know, it's difficult to judge based on Austrian league, but they're not. I remember last season when they were in Atletico's group. I think Red Star of Madrid. Remember when Salzburg were there, and they were tough. They weren't an easy slap around team, you know. So I don't know, guys. I think it's going to be. I mean, Mo says Sporting. Why not Besiktas? But they're not in the same group. Oh wait, are they in the same?
They're
group?
not. They're not in the same.
Yeah,
group.
they're not in the same group.
The groups, it's Lille, Salzburg. It could be Salzburg, maybe Sevilla and Wolfsburg.
Yeah, Salzburg have got nobody, man, since Minamino and whatever left. So
I know, but
they lost Daka too.
They did,
but I don't know. Either Lille or Salzburg. I'm feeling Lille for some reason.
Yeah, same. Yeah. Okay. In fact, I'm not one. Let's put Lille in here. Okay, so that's our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. Okay, moving on. Thanks everyone who's still with us and who's watching, guys. I don't know how I'm going to fit the Bundesliga and other things in there, but anyway, it's what it is. Let's move on. Heading to the Europa League.
Leipzig.
Heading to the Europa League. Leipzig.
Man City.
You guys don't think there's a chance that Leipzig
wait. Antonio, sure, one for a second. Patrick, did you just say Manchester City?
No, I'm saying man is eating. That's what I'm joking.
So like, I thought you said Man City for a second, and then I was thinking that's I know you don't think that you City are favourites to win the Premier League. Even
that bloody group was purposely done. They thought that Cristiano is going to us. I think that's what they thought. Purposely done group.
Right.
But it might be PSG. You never know.
I mean, if PSG go to third with Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi in their team, well,
Pochettino has to pack his bags and then take his certificate or whatever license he has as a coach and go give it out and retire and go sit somewhere in Argentina next to the beach or something and just give up, because that would be.
I wouldn't even blame Pochettino. I'd say Neymar. I'd say it's officially Neymar. I'd say you cannot, if that happens, you cannot call Messi the GOAT. Neymar is no longer a professional footballer. He's a dancer. And Mbappe, well, Mbappe is would probably be on par with Daniel James, if that happens, which is not going to happen. So, but ignoring Patrick's City for finish third, what teams do people think are going to finish third in the Europa League, heading to Europa League?
I would start with AC Milan.
Because
I'm looking at the lineup right now, and it doesn't look really strong. Leao, Diaz, Salamakers.
I wouldn't even blame City. 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 I would
Okay, so
Antonio, go
obviously this is like this third place Europa League is the hardest in my opinion to kind of call.
on.
Diaz, you mentioned Diaz. I think he's better than Hakan Çalhanoğlu by far. If you actually watch him play, he's from Man City's academy. Then he went to Real Madrid, and he's on loan with us for 2 years. He's really good, but we're definitely we have more depth than last season. But I don't want to be overly optimistic. So I think on paper and what the odds say is that we're going to finish third in the group. So to be fair, I'll say that. I say it's fair to put us in this section. But as a fan, I definitely think we can finish second as a fan. But that's just my personal opinion. So I think objectively, I'll put us. I don't mind putting us in this place.
Well, let's
I'm
hold.
just overly confident, maybe. But
no, let's come back to Madrid because there probably are going to be some slightly easier ones to go through. Like for example, so in fact, let me get the thingy group again. So,
A Zenit, 100%.
yeah, like Zenit in Group H.
Juventus.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
Big Bram wouldn't allow it. I mean, can Juventus lose to Zenit?
I mean, they just lost to a newly promoted team in Serie A. But I mean, I don't know. We have to see how they're going to probably start playing better. So let's just, I guess.
Oh, okay. Maybe this is an easy one. Bayern's group: Bayern, Barcelona, Benfica, Dinamo.
Benfica, right?
Benfica would be third, guys, surely.
Barcelona might finish third.
I wish Milan was in that group because I think I would fancy Milan over Barcelona, honestly, right now. I'm not confident with them, but they're, of course, for their group, they're definitely going to make it.
Wait, why don't you just what are you starting again? Why don't you start from A then go onwards?
Yeah, let's go around. Yeah, exactly. To make it a bit organized. Easier. Okay, so A, we put Club Brugge in. So A is City, PSG, Leipzig, and Club Brugge. So it's basically between City, PSG, and Leipzig.
Oh, by the way, just out of convenience, should we just put Salzburg in here right away since we think that they're like the second worst in that group with Lille?
Yep, I can do that.
Do we all agree with that?
Yep, I think we all agree with that. So put Salzburg there into Europa League.
Okay,
yeah. It's got to be Leipzig. They lost Nagelsmann. You know,
they sold your man. What's his name? Bayern, Upamecano. They also sold that midfielder.
Sabitzer.
It has to be Leipzig, surely. There's no way that City or PSG
can
touch.
They lost.
Don't say there's no way City or PSG will lose Leipzig.
There's no way City are touching the Europa League, Patrick. There's no way.
Maybe if we touch it, it'll be our first. At least we win the Europa, you know.
I mean, Patrick, your club hasn't spent over £1 billion in 5 years to win the Europa League.
But you have to start somewhere, you know. You know what? I don't like that group. That group is tricky. I just feel like even Club Brugge. What do you call them? Brugge? Is it Club Brugge?
Club Brugge.
Yeah, I think we're just underestimating them. I think this group will be one with surprises. I'm telling you, there'll be surprises in this group. It's not going to be as easy as people think it is. It might be as easy, but it might also go complicated, and people will be like, "Wow, did that just happen?"
But you know, Leipzig, after 3 Bundesliga match days, they lost twice and won just one.
Exactly. I can't. I mean, they've got to be there. I can't not put Leipzig as third.
Yeah, I think I would agree as well. But quick question: what team does I know? I kind of assumed that. So I know you're Man United supporter,
yes.
Atletico supporter. I think Man City now. Who does the last person support? Just because I'm curious. There's someone else.
You mean Bayern Studio? I think Bayern Studio or Bayern.
Oh, yeah.
I can't see his name. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Bayern Munich. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Okay, so on to Group B then. We're here. So Athletic. Oh well. Okay, we'll come back to Group B because I think that's probably going to be the trickiest one for third. Group C, So we've already put Besiktas away. So it's Sporting, Dortmund, and Ajax.
I would say Ajax.
Either Ajax or Sporting.
Yeah, I think Dortmund will top this group, and I think I'm going to go with Ajax as well. I don't think Ajax are the same team that they were when they had all those really good players, Van der Beek, Hakim Ziyech, and so on.
I would agree. Because I think Sporting had a really good season last year. Obviously, they finished first in Portugal. They did lose Nuno Mendes to PSG, but other than that, I don't think they lost anyone too important from what I know. So I think they're still a really good team.
Oh yes, and by the way, where is Van de Beek? It has been a
while
since.
It's difficult. That's really all I can say. It's very, very, it's very difficult.
Hello, everyone. Hey, everyone.
I would love him to play, but for whatever reason, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer thinks that he's not good enough. I don't know why, but yeah, that's all I can say. Really, it's difficult. It's difficult. Mo's in the chat says Ajax is third, so we've got a general consensus of Ajax being third in that group.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's move on.
Yeah, I agree.
Third. Okay, let's move on. So Group D, so that's Inter, Madrid, and Shakhtar.
I would say Inter Milan based on the current history.
Am I wrong in thinking I'm actually worried about Madrid here?
Yeah,
I legit am, because Carlo Ancelotti is a good coach, so I will give him that. But there's a part of me that's like, these guys took 2 L's from Shakhtar last season, and Inter, from what I can see, from what they started, don't look okay. Because let's be real, Lukaku didn't really turn up against Madrid. I don't think he really turned up in the Champions League, to be honest. He did well from in the league, but he didn't really turn up. So is Lukaku that much of a miss when he didn't really do much in the Champions League last season? Madrid have lost their two best centre backs, and they're going to be relying on Vinicius. Okay, Benzema's obviously world class, assuming he's fit. I don't know. What are people's thoughts?
I guess I can go. So
Go
I know a good amount about this group especially because of Shakhtar and Inter. Because as a Serie A fan, number one, Inter are like big enemies, and Shakhtar are coached by a really good Italian coach who was in the Serie A for Sassuolo last year, De Zerbi. I watched Shakhtar qualify, and Monaco played much better. I'm sure, I don't know if you guys saw that game, but they were very lucky to qualify over Monaco.
Oh yes, I agree.
Their goal that pushed them over was like a deflection from like on the edge of the box, and it was a pass, and the defender deflected it into and over the keeper. So very unlucky, but they play well. So they're a tough team to beat. Plus, you have to travel over to Ukraine. So everyone always says that's a difficult trip, and you have to go there. Inter looks solid. I've seen all their games so far. But the problem is their coach Inzaghi, not the Milan Inzaghi, his brother. He is not the most experienced Champions League coach. He was coaching Lazio, and they were pretty poor against Bayern. They were absolutely got scared last season. So I don't see him doing well in Europe. I see them doing decent in Serie A, but not the best in Europe. But I would say that they would still edge Shakhtar. It'll be difficult, but that's just where I stand.
Anyone have any thoughts? So I'm getting the impression that people think Shakhtar are going to be the third place team.
That team is unpredicted, man. They either do bad or they'll give trouble. They're with Madrid again, and I think they know how to play Madrid. And Shakhtar didn't sell anybody, did they? It's still the same team again.
More or less, from what I got.
Yeah. So what's their group again?
Good coach.
It's Madrid, Shakhtar, and what again?
Madrid, Shakhtar, Inter, and Sheriff.
I don't know. Shakhtar, I think, will give trouble to Inter too. Shakhtar are not another pushover. I know that City used to push them over, but now it shows that City were just too good, maybe for them. But they are trouble, man. They're a very good team, and they've stayed together. They've played together for so long. It was only Fred who left. I think Tyson is still there, a very good player. I think I think that they're gonna give trouble to that group. I wouldn't think they'll be third. It's between them and Inter anyway, to be honest. But we might be surprised, might be Madrid.
Shakhtar, you made a brilliant remark. Unpredictable team. Lost 6-0 to Borussia Mönchengladbach and won twice against Real Madrid. So anything could happen.
Yassi, I think you're in the background. Do you have any thoughts on this?
I think it's very hard. This group is very hard to predict because, this group was literally the same group as last year. A lot has changed, as everyone has stated. I don't know. I mean, Inter, I'm not very convinced on Inter. I really am not. I can see Shakhtar finishing second in this group. I'm just not that convinced on Inter. I feel like it's the beginning of the season. The hype is there. It's the new season. They start off well. I mean, I don't know who said this. I don't know who was it, but someone said that Inzaghi, I don't really rate him as much as a manager. And they're going to feel the effects of not having Lukaku and Hakimi. And Shakhtar, I just feel like for some reason, Shakhtar is one of those teams that they somehow, some way, randomly end up coming out of the group, I don't, so I mean, you could go either way. I think Real Madrid is going to have it easy in this group. I really do. I think one thing that Ancelotti does, one thing I really like about him is he's all about stability. He's very stable as a manager. And I think that it's going to be we're going to see a lot of Real Madrid, no-nonsense type of Real Madrid. Everything's more structured. Everything's more, because last year was very, in the early stages under Zidane, it was very chaotic. I mean, they lost to Shakhtar twice, by the way. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to be more stable, more predictable in a good way type of Real Madrid. So I think Real Madrid is going to finish first. Shakhtar second. I think Inter's going to miss out. I really do.
Okay. Mo says Inter as well. So are people saying Inter? So in general consensus, Inter then? Okay.
Listen, I hope this would happen. I hope, honestly. But I don't think it's going to happen, but I think we should just go with the consensus and pray that it comes true. Because
Inter. Okay.
I'd love to see it.
Inter heading to the Europa. Okay. Fair enough. And shout out to Patrick who's on. Take care, buddy. Thank you for coming on. Really, really appreciate it. Let's quickly move on. So I know this is going for a while, but Ooh, whoa. Is that you? It sounds like a party red side, man. Like you must be enjoying life back there. Alex says, I think Inter finally make out of the group, but that's just me. Okay, fair enough. I think this is the thing. I think the general consensus seems to be that it's probably between Inter and Shakhtar for third. And it's probably one of the tougher ones. But I guess we'll see going into it. Let's see what's next. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So Bayern, Barcelona, Benfica, Dinamo Kiev. So I think we put Dinamo Kiev there. So
Benfica.
Are we saying Benfica?
Can you repeat the teams again? Can you repeat the group one more time?
So Bayern, Barca, Benfica, and Dinamo Kiev. We already put Dinamo Kiev in the bottom here. Where are they? They're here. So where's Benfica again? Oh, yeah. No, here they are. Yeah.
I just feel like put Benfica there. I mean, I in my head, I try to rationalize the whole Barcelona thing, as Mo said. I try to rationalize Barcelona going down to Europa League. I just feel like Benfica are just not good enough. I mean, every year Benfica get their best players get taken from them. Their manager got taken from them as well. He's at Wolves, right? Am I correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's at Wolves now. Yeah.
So it's just, as much as I would want to see Barcelona Europa League, I think that would be hilarious. I don't think it's gonna happen. So, yeah, Benfica.
Yeah, Benfica finished fourth in the Portuguese league last year, wasn't it?
Okay.
If they finish, wait, just quick question: how they have 4 qualifying places in Portugal for the Champions League?
No, they have 3.
So how did they make Champions League if they finished 4th?
Oh no, they finished third then.
Oh wait, so
Okay. I thought that there was only 3. So I know Porto Sporting won,
yeah.
and none of them
Porto,
could have
Porto must have come second. So yeah, because Sporting and Porto qualified directly. Yes, I think they have 3. So you go through the qualifiers. So they must have finished third.
I'll pull that up real quick. My opinion personally is, I mean, I watch Benfica. They're always going to be a tough team to play against, like, because they're a decent team. Bayern are definitely safe. And
Bayern are top in the group. There's no.
Yeah.
There's
Barcelona, Depay is popping off so far. Like, he's really good. But you know, I know there it could be questionable. It could be that Benfica surprise and qualify over Barcelona, but as of now, Benfica looking like third place to me.
Yeah, a note on Bayern Munich. Nagelsmann is building on a Hansi Flick job rather than revolutionizing everything.
Okay.
And he has managed to improve a few players. Alfonso Davies has been a beast, and Lewandowski, I don't even need to say anything about him.
Yeah,
Bayern.
Bayern. I don't know how good they're going to do necessarily later on in the Champions League, but for this group, they're good. Yeah.
We'll talk about like favorites and underdogs in a second. So, but I guess the general consensus thing is that Benfica are going to be heading to Europa League. This is going to be a good Europa League considering how many teams are there on here, man. Jeez.
I rate Portuguese teams pretty highly, like at least the top Portuguese teams. Milan. I'm just like from personal experience. Milan had to play Europa League qualifiers because we finished like the year before to get into this last season of the Europa League. And our last match was against this like Rio Ave team from Portugal that wasn't even like a top 4 team. And we went and we were in top form too because our post-COVID, we were undefeated up until like from January of one year to like January of the next year. We were undefeated. And we were top form, and we went to penalty shootout with that team. So it was a very tough game. So I rate Portuguese teams highly, but as of now, you have to put Benfica there.
Fair enough. Fair. Right. What do we have left before we go back to the thingy group? So group United's groups of Villarreal, United, Atalanta, Young Boys.
Manchester United.
Exactly, you're absolutely right. United are going to go here. That's it, isn't it? So like, I'm not going to jinx it. So United aren't favorites to win the group or the Champions League.
Leipzig did it.
Exactly. Does anyone have any alternatives to Mo says Atalanta?
I have a question. Here's a thought.
Sorry. Okay, was it Yasir? You had a question. Go for it. Yasir? He's missed his mic. Okay. Alex says Mr. Champions League playing Europa League. That's fair. Ronaldo wouldn't want to. Okay, yeah, no. Like Ronaldo is not going to allow United to be in Europa League. It's just not going to.
When McTominay returns.
Who do people? I mean, personally, for me, if I'm gonna be real, I think that's probably gonna be Atalanta just because of the way they play. Antonio,
So
do you?
yeah, it's tough. Man United should top the group by far on paper. Villarreal, though, the thing is, Man United are playing against two teams that are tricky to play against.
Yeah.
Atalanta, they kind of remind me of a Premier League team the way they play. Like they play very, much quicker pace than most Serie A teams. But the thing is, they don't have. They just got rid of Romero, which is their best defender by far.
Yeah.
And
I was thinking about
they started off pretty shaky in the Serie A, and a lot of their best players are older now, like Muriel, Ilicic. They're like older, so I don't know. I think putting them third is fair, but it could also be Villarreal. So, but I'd say putting them is. I would agree to that right now.
Okay. What does the chat say, by the way? For those watching a chat, and thank you and to like the vid. What do you put your thoughts in the chat as well to who you think is finished third remaining teams? Red side, I know it's a bit noisy where you are, but what are your thoughts?
I think Villarreal. They started the league campaign, 3 games, 3 draws, consecutive. They have a manager. He's not really successful, I would say, in the Champions League knockout phases. So I would just put him to his level, and that would be the Europa League.
Okay, thanks, Chief. Okay, what are the chat saying? Alex says Villarreal to Europa League. Most of Atalanta is exactly team United are playing. We're going to destroy them. Villarreal. So 2 for Villarreal in the Europa League, but most of Villarreal might top the group. I think that's reverse psychology.
Unai Emery would enjoy Europa League.
I mean, it is his thing, So is that a general consensus? We're saying Villarreal then?
Yes.
Villarreal. Okay, Villarreal Europa League. Okay, let's go here. Where are they? Here you are. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, there's 2 more. Let me get through because how long have we been streaming for? Almost 1 hour and a half, and I've still haven't done the. We might not be able to get through to the Bundesliga, but I'll try as fast as I can here. So we've done Group G already. So it's just Group H, which was
And
Chelsea,
B.
Juventus, Zenit, and Group B. It's got to be Zenit. It's got to be Zenit, sure.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, we'll put Zenit for now.
We've got to put Zenit for now. If Juventus even dare touch third, then serious questions have to be asked about how good is Allegri really if he allows Juventus to even touch the Europa League in that group. Now, here's the big thing, and obviously Red Side and Antonio are here. Who finishes third in this? We've already obviously gotten rid of who did we get rid of? Who's the fourth in that group?
Porto.
We already got rid of Porto as fourth. So it's got to be between Atletico, Liverpool, and Milan. Who finishes third, guys?
If it was down to make an agreement, I would just shake his hand right now and say, you know what, Liverpool can go third. But if we're talking about realistically here, I don't know. I'd say objectively on paper, Milan would go down. But the thing is, Milan are a really good group. We play well together, and I think we have a lot of unknown players that on paper people aren't familiar with, but from what I've seen, they play really well. Do I think we can come in second? 100%, but I think objectively third wouldn't be a failure for us in this group. Mm-hmm. It would be expectation. So, and then maybe we can win the Europa League if we did go there. This is our first season back in the Champions League after 8 years or many years. So, it's not a failure if we finish third, but I think it's fair to put us third.
Fair enough.
For me, I know football isn't really played on paper, and we all know that. But honestly speaking, I've been watching Atletico since 2016, and to be honest, we haven't really had a decent round of 16 campaign. I mean, comfortable. One problem is that one of our experienced centre backs, Savage, will be out for 4 games, and right now, Diego Simeone is trying to work a system or try to implement other players that can play centre backs, because we're basically playing a back 3 and back 5 sometimes, and we don't really have a lot of centre backs, so we have to put Kondogbia inside. One thing I notice is that he tries to play an attacking possession-based type of ball game or football, and at times there are cracks. You can see cracks. Like it's not really our thing, because I was watching the Villarreal and Atletico Madrid game, and I was watching that match. Very small squad.
Yeah, he has about 21 players. I think is it 26 that you can have? Up to 26?
Yeah, but most of those players are like, academy, on the rise. So yeah. What I was saying is that
go on.
Yeah, against Villarreal, against teams that just sit back, they play good against Atletico. I'm not sure if they will implement a possessive type of system against, I'm not sure, AC Milan, but if they were supposed to do that, I think AC Milan would get the better of us. What you need to realize is that this is not 2016 prime Atletico defense, so anything is possible. And yeah, go on.
You made a good point, because on the other channel we were literally, it's all we talk about is Milan, right? So we were talking about the different opponents in our group, the play styles, and a lot of us were debating whether or not Milan should just sit back and give up possession just because Atletico aren't the best when other teams do that. The thing is, though, Milan, in their history, we do play good. Like, we possess the ball, and we play with an attack mindset. We don't just back down and play like a smaller team against big teams. So I don't see us just giving up possession completely, unless our coach unless Pioli for some reason gets scared and he wants to do that. But I don't know. We've always been an attacking team, so I don't see us doing that. I'm surprised by your answer, though. So it's interesting that there's a little bit of not 100% confidence of securing it.
This
looks like it's very open.
A big loss?
Yeah.
No, I'm telling you right now, Mike Maignan is really good. Like, from the first 2 games, in our first Serie A game, his passing is better than Donnarumma. He gave a long ball and we scored off of it. He's better with his feet and he's better at passing. Donnarumma's a better keeper, maybe with like his hands and his reactions, but Maignan is very capable. He's a very capable goalkeeper. So Milan fans don't really mind it. Plus, we offered Donnarumma like $7 million a season. He rejected, so not much we can do about that.
Mo says, but you guys have got Griezmann back and you kept Trippier and Felix. Atleti will be very strong.
Well, that's the thing. Diego Simeone always have something up his sleeve. There are games when he completely he doesn't know what he's doing tactically. Sometimes, like that Chelsea game last season and the Leipzig game right before last season. So, if Atletico was to go through, I would give them a slim 3 points advantage over AC Milan.
So I'm assuming everyone is
because
going
I've been
Go on, yeah.
No, I was just saying that Atletico, they don't really have a comfortable group stage performance, so expect a lot of grinding and 1-0 results.
I will say this about Liverpool.
Yeah.
So Milan plays them first coming up. If Milan win at Anfield, or if they even draw at Anfield, then I could see Liverpool coming in third. Because at Anfield, if we can get a result that favors us, like a draw we'd be happy with at Anfield, then I may just be overestimating them, I think. So they could go third, but they're the favorites to win. So it's tough.
I do think people are overestimating Liverpool a bit, especially because of their inability in recent seasons to deal with low blocks. But I guess the general consensus and the final 8 is Milan then? As third?
It's fair because we can overachieve if you put us here. So I'm happy with that. That's fair.
Yeah, I would say that De Paul and Griezmann make the difference.
Right. Okay. What I'll do is, because obviously a couple of making the knockout rounds. That's all these teams, obviously. So this is redundant. So what I'll do is these last 3 groups, rather than saying round of 16, quarters, all the rest of it, I want to see where we can put the teams that you think are gonna underperform, and that's just as a team. So you could say that PSG could underperform if you think that underperformance is like only reaching the quarterfinals, for example. Then obviously this will be underdogs, and that's underdogs for obviously dark horses or whatever is in this group, and then could win it. So maybe it'd be best to actually start. I think probably easier to start with who do people think will be the underperformers, underachievers in the remaining teams
Dortmund
here.
I think Dortmund and the defense their defense is kind of iffy. So,
but I just feel like with Dortmund, just specifically on Dortmund, I feel like our expectation is they're not going to do well. So I feel like they're going to be performing to our expectation, if that makes any sense. So I don't think Dortmund's going to underperform. I think they're going to perform to their capabilities. They're just not going to be good enough.
So how far do you see them really going? Like a semis or?
No, I mean it's Dortmund. They're just not good enough. I think it's a good season if they go past the round of 16 quarterfinals.
I agree with that. I would put them at making the knockout rounds. Like I think that's more appropriate.
Oh yeah, all of these by default, because obviously we've done the Europa League. All of these teams here are going to make the knockout rounds.
So should we just put every team like up in those, like the first 3 categories?
Yeah. So what I'll do is I put every team here, and then so do it.
But like we're gonna move them all up to the top 3.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Or maybe we might keep some of them here. I don't know. We'll see if I can.
And question: so underdogs, like by definition, I mean, I guess couldn't Dortmund by definition be an underdog because no one is predicting them to win, or do we have to say like underdogs that they actually have a chance to win?
I'd say underdog, or in fact, let me change this because this would be easier. I'd say dark horses.
Okay, that's better.
That's probably a better term. Okay, so these obviously all going to make out the group. So underperformers, like there's this big disagreement with Dortmund. Personally, for me, I'm going to be controversial here and say this. I think PSG, for what they've invested and for what they expected, which is a Champions League semi or final, I don't think they'll get that, and I think that they will underachieve.
Yes, I agree with you. Although they have the best players in the world, it remains to be seen the relationship between those players and what Pochettino will do. And looking at Neymar's recent shape, I definitely agree with you.
Anyone have any disagreements to that, or do you get the gist? Is that reasonable? Oh, shout out to Antonio. Thank you for joining, man. Really appreciate it. And make sure you check out Rossonari TV as well for those who are watching those in the chat. Take care of yourself, buddy. No worries, man. Take care, man. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it.
the expectations for PSG are too high. It's almost impossible not to disappoint.
And then if I bring up this team, Barcelona.
No.
Was...
I'll defend Barcelona, Red Devil. Barcelona right now, in terms of expectation, is at an all-time low. Barcelona, I believe, will be the dark horses.
Oh yes, I agree.
Okay. Barcelona, so dark horses to win the Champions League we're talking about here.
Yes. I believe also the underperforming, I'll put Manchester City.
So why do you think that Manchester City will underperform? What's underperforming for City though? Because I've defined PSG as underperformers in they don't reach the semi-final. Semi-final is minimum for PSG because anything can happen. Underperforming for City is what? For me, if City reaches CL semi-final or final, that's not underperforming.
But they won't. That's the point. That's the point I'm trying to make. I don't think they're gonna make the semifinals. I think they're gonna. I think. I just don't. I think last season, they performed very well in the Champions League. In terms of the defense, I don't think the defense is as good anymore for whatever reason. I just don't. Diaz is not performing like he did last season. I think. I also think that the lack of striker and trying to is really gonna is gonna be a big problem for them. I think last season they went through it because Kevin De Bruyne is injured right now. He's already started the season injured, and I can see Kevin De Bruyne being injured a lot this season as well. So I think this season might be one of those seasons where they get knocked out by a Lyon or one of those random
Lyon not in the Champions League, but
I'm just saying like I'm just saying like one of those things that because with Man City is a pattern. Other than the fact that the first time they've been to the semifinals twice in their history. Once it was under Pellegrini where they lost to Real Madrid, and the other time was when they went to the final last season. And I feel like last season was just a very good season for them. At one point there was almost an unprecedented season for them because they were in so many competition. They went to so many finals. So I don't think they're gonna reach that heights this season. I think there's gonna be a big drop off with Man City.
Just reading quick comments. But Alex said Neymar could perform like R9 did in 06. Lol. I doubt it. But maybe. Boxers, I think PSG can win it once Donnarumma and Hakimi Ramos get put into it. Messi's Messi, Marquinhos, Neymar, Verratti play themselves into the season. That is true. I don't disagree. But they do have Pochettino. And sometimes, and again, the integration. One of the big things I would say as a head of thing with PSG is the idea of like PSG, like Neymar, Messi, and Mbappe. None of those are strikers or forwards, and it'd be interesting to see how they actually integrate those guys in terms of who's going to score the goals, who's going to supply. So, Box says Barca should be round of 16. Moses dark horses. So this is in concert to Yassir, and I think Bayern is. So how are Barca dark horses? They pose zero threat, and their defense is shaky. And then Box also said, "Where's Arsenal? Where is Arsenal? Indeed, they've not been in this position for the last, it must be 4 or 5 years now. They're not in the Europa League."
I have a question for Devil and Yassir. What are Manchester United expectations?
Honestly, honest thoughts for Manchester United. We have a good enough team to make. I feel like if we don't make the quarterfinals, it will be a massive disappointment. I think if we make the semifinals, it will be we will meet expectations. If that makes sense, I can easily see Manchester United going to the semifinals of the Champions League. Winning it is something else. There's a lot of clubs like PSG and Man City never won the Champions League in their life. and they kept trying. So it'd be very arrogant for me to say that Manchester United was going to win the Champions League.
So
but
we're
then,
going to put United as dark horses or
yes,
underperforming.
I
Okay,
think it will be dark horses. I think,
Dark horses.
I think Man United is going to perform out extremely better than a lot of people expect. Because I just feel like Manchester United now have a better team than last season, and then one thing I stress a lot with this competition because of Champions League is all about the Champions League draw. If you get an easier draw, you have a higher chances of making it farther. If you had a more difficult draw, then you have a less chance. For example, I remember the year Real Madrid won the Champions. One of the years that Real Madrid won the Champions League, they played Juve, and then they played Bayern Munich, and both Bayern Munich and Juve got knocked out by Real Madrid. So it's just all about the draw. So if you have a good draw, like Manchester City always seems to have, you go far. If you don't, then you might get knocked out in a round of the quarterfinals because you played a good team. You know, so it's so a lot of it has to do with luck, to be honest. A lot of people don't like to mention that part, but that's just the reality, But yeah, 100%. If Manchester United doesn't make if they don't make the quarterfinals, I think it's a huge disappointment. Making the semifinals, I think that's meeting expectation.
Yeah, when Ronaldo signed for Juventus 3 years ago, everyone was saying he was the missing part to Juventus win the Champions League, and we know what's happened. They got eliminated by Ajax, Porto, and Lyon.
Yeah, I mean, fair point. I just feel like the Juventus team was mismanaged in terms of the guy who's at Spurs right now, uh, Pradici, or the sporting director. I just feel like Juventus was been very mismanaged. Juventus under Allegri several years ago when they went to the Champions League final, that's just not the same team that Ronaldo came into. So I just feel like the team he came into had Rabiot, Aaron Ramsey, McKenna, Benedeschi is called, but the core, the midfield is not the same as Matuidi,
Oh
Pogba,
yeah,
Pirlo. It's just not the same team. The
but
team I think the team has been extremely mismanaged, to be honest.
is
Um,
Solskjaer any better than Pirlo or?
I'm gonna just have to move things on, guys, because we've still got just
okay,
2 or 3
okay.
segments to move, but it's still an interesting conversation though. I just with boxes going on, so big expectations will be lower, and then imagine prime Juve with Ronaldo. So that's insane.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's quickly just plow through these because I want to really talk about obviously who's going to win it as we move on. And is it reasonable for me to put? Like, I put Juventus here as underperforming.
Yeah.
Is that reasonable?
Yes.
Okay. Real Madrid. Some of these teams are going to just leave here because like Shakhtar. Like I'm just going to leave and making knockouts. Like underperforming dark horses could win it.
Can you put Liverpool in dark horses? I think, yeah, Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. I'm going to leave Sporting here because.
Yeah.
What about Atleti Madrid as a dark horse?
Yeah,
Do we customly put Atleti there? Okay. Red side.
Yeah,
Red
because
side. Atleti is a dark horse.
Yeah, because we have a league title to defend, so I don't think we could win the double. So I wouldn't put them at could win it. I would put them as dark horses.
Dark horses. Okay. Shout out to Roy in the chat. Roy is the Man U MVP, MVP most valuable YouTuber. Roy, thank you so much, man, and Antonio as well as Liatu from Rossonaro TV, guys. Head over to their channel, subscribe. We've got a great Milan channel, and thanks for coming on. I appreciate you, Antonio, man. Right. Okay. I think we can now talk about who could win it. Then is there anyone else that we can put in underperforming or dark horses?
Real Madrid as underperforming.
You think Madrid will underperform? Okay.
Yeah.
I agree. I can't
So
see
if I'm
Madrid
looking
winning
at
it though.
well, that's what I'm saying. If we look at the could win it, presumably it's got to be Chelsea and City. Because none of these other teams. Oh wait, sorry, and Bayern Munich.
Bayern Munich, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Man City are going to underperform, but I mean, if you guys think they could win it, then I don't think Man City can win it at all. That's just my opinion.
No, I don't agree that there aren't any signs that Manchester City is going to slow down. So I don't agree with that.
Yeah, this is the thing. I don't. So far, I don't. There's nothing that I can see. They've just. I was trying to speak to this with what Patrick when he was on. Was that what's the evidence? Yes, okay, they lost to Spurs, those first game, but they won all their games. They got to the CL final last season. So far, there's no evidence to suggest that they can't, compared to some of the other teams in Europe, they can't continue to do what they did last season. Although Mo does say Chelsea, Bayern, PSG, City will be the bookies' favourites, and they will. And Malone says Chelsea will underperform. I'm not sure. Not with Tuchel given a full season and the backing he's got now. I'm not sure. I'd still put them as they need to defend their title. So I would probably.
Yeah, let me speak a little bit about
Bayern. Go on, man. Go on.
Yeah.
Yes, go on.
Bayern has had a thin squad in comparison to the PSG or Manchester City.
That's a good point.
Therefore, if the key players stay fit, then I have to emphasize that if I have no doubt that we can win the UCL.
Mm-hmm.
But last year, when Lewandowski was injured, Sane, Coman, and Miller disappointed. If Lewandowski was fit, we would surely have won that snowy match against Paris Saint-Germain. So even though we signed Sabitzer, I still think that this squad is a problem.
Okay, that's interesting. Roy says Milan should be in the top tier one with those other three teams. Roy, I love your enthusiasm for Milan. I really, really, really do. I'm trying to be realistic though, bro. I'm trying to be realistic. I'm trying. And your man Antonio did say that Milan are most likely going to come third. That's what he said. So, but I love your enthusiasm, Roy. I love it. These are the odds from Box. Yeah, PSG 4-1, City 5-1, Bayern 8-1, Chelsea, Liverpool. Oh, really? Wow, that's interesting that people have United as favourites for the. I guess maybe because Ronaldo's at the club. So United are what, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth favourites to win this UCL. I would not have thought that at all. But generally, I think those teams are prime. PSG being the favourites, I guess Messi and Mbappe and Neymar makes sense, but I don't know, guys. There's just something about it. Alex says, hopefully we get Man United Tims and not into Lukaku Tims. There should be a tier above that for Milan. Love you, bro. Shout out to Red Devil. Shout out to my brother Roy. Shout out to him, man. Love this guy. Does anyone have any other comments about this? Any other of these teams should go into underperforming dark horses before we swiftly move on to the Bundesliga? No? Okay, cool. Right. Let's move on to I know we're almost been for 2 hours now, so I know it's, but let's quickly go to the Bundesliga, and I think prediction. So I think I might have to skip Ligue 1. we'll get the Bundesliga in. We'll get the Bundesliga in, and I'll leave La Liga and Ligue until next week. Right. Okay, let's get that tier list on. Thank you, guys.
I warn it. Bayern is not going to win the league. That's my prediction.
That's reverse psychology on you. I got the reverse psychology there. Now,
You know, Red Devil Studio. You don't think
2 seconds? I'll be. Yeah.
The one thing I'll say is
I'm still here.
the Bundesliga should be renamed. I want to put in a petition to rename the Bundesliga. Should be named as the League of Bayern Munich. That should be the name of it from now on. Because
the League of Bayern. The League of Bayern.
The League of Bayern. Because at this point, it's Red Devil Studio. I mean, this is ridiculous. Like, what's going on in the German league? Is it a league anymore? That's the question. Is it? I mean, we're doing the predictions, and everyone knows that Bayern ain't gonna win it.
Of course, it's a league. Of course, it's a league.
I don't know, man.
Right.
I don't know.
1 second. So my computer's it's been really slow, which is annoying because actually I got really fast internet in and it's still being slow. So there you go. Red side be back. Yep, no worries, man. See you in a bit. Mo says Bayern. Jeez. What's happened to my Bayern not winning the Bayern Development League would be peak. Bayern Development League. That's one way of putting it. Right, okay. Let me get the tier list. I found it. Right, okay. Here we go. Can everyone see that, by the way?
No.
Oh no, it's loading.
Jeez, man, my internet is.
We can
everyone see
now.
That now, though. Okay.
Yeah.
So I would start with Fruk and Bochum. Fruk that sends Patrick single, and Bochum.
So is that, and then relegation spots. Sorry, can you hear me? Jeez, so I'm having a few connection issues. I apologize.
Oh, yeah.
Your internet is very spotty.
Yeah, my answer is being really brickish. Right. I'm just trying to see if I can sort out a few things. Right. 1 second. Right, is that better?
Oh, yes.
Is that better?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
You can hear me. Okay, cool. Okay. Right, okay. Let me know in the chat as well if you can hear me and everything's okay. If not, then in fact, actually, what's what I do? No, okay. I should be okay. Right. Okay. Let's do this. Okay. Let me just get now, Bayern, you're gonna have to help me, bro, because there's I know probably half of these teams, but the other half, especially the relegation teams, I've got no idea. So you're gonna have to. I saw the St. Patrick's logo at the bottom. I was like, those guys are definitely getting relegated.
Yeah, why are you doing them like that?
Definitely getting relegated. I saw the logo. I was like, nah, they're definitely getting relegated. So am I wrong?
No, yeah, 100% sure. So Bochum, do you see that?
Is that these guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
These guys.
Well. Okay.
I would say the goat team.
Cologne. Oh, really?
They're gonna get relegated. Yeah. You think so?
Nah, last year they almost got relegated.
Not relegated, wasn't it? Yeah. Because they've been in the Bundesliga for how many seasons though?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh yeah, Bayern fan. I don't know how long they've been in Cologne, man. Allow them. I'm not interested. Who cares? Who cares about them? Okay, right. Okay, I can give you these three. Okay, so actually, we know it'll be easier. It'll be the UEFA Conference League spots is 7th, I think.
Yeah,
No,
7th onwards.
Sorry, yeah, Europa League, yeah.
Yeah.
So 5th to 7th, and then UCL spots just 2nd to 4th, and the winners.
Oh, yes.
So who do you think finishes? Because we can fit in the mid-tables fairly straightforward here. Who do you think is going to finish 5th to 7th in the Bundesliga then?
5th, 7th. All right.
Yeah.
7th, I would go with Freiburg.
Freiburg. Where's Freiburg?
That black and white. That
this one here.
No, that's Borussia Mönchengladbach.
Sorry, this one's Freiburg.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Gladbach. Sorry, my bad. Freiburg. Okay. Yeah,
they beat Borussia Dortmund in the last match days, and
they did.
They looked really good.
Box says Wolfsburg, Bayern Leverkusen, Dortmund for CL spots.
7th,
Leipzig.
I would go with Union Berlin. Exactly the same as last year.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that one. Yeah.
7th, okay. So they got that'll be the UEFA Conference League spot. Okay, so 6th.
6th, I would go with Eintracht Frankfurt. They lost Andre Silva, and they didn't manage to replace him adequately. So, they bought Hogg from Milan and Bore, a striker from River Plate.
Frankfurt underperformed by recent standards.
Yeah.
I would agree. The thing is, though, is that because we put here 5th, 5th, 6th, 7th here, but I don't know whether Leipzig make top 4.
Oh, surely they do. Surely.
I don't know. I think that. I mean, let me just quickly get to the comment here.
Well, they did replace
Wolfsburg, Bayer Leverkusen, Dortmund.
They did buy the Barcelona youngster.
Yeah.
Him. And who else did they got? Someone else that was very good. I don't know if someone can. Another player.
I think. Go on.
I make a case for Leipzig to win the league.
What?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. You gotta. Okay, Bayern. So you're gonna have to explain this to me, and this better not be reverse psychology.
No.
I want you to explain to me why I think Leipzig will win the league.
Honestly, as a Bayern fan, I am supporting other teams to win the Bundesliga because it's just boring after 9 titles. So Leipzig has a better squad than Bayern Munich, and many people are squad.
Okay.
The keyword squad.
No. I can't. No. Okay, I can't. No. After you. No, I can't have a Bayern fan saying that Leipzig have a better squad than Bayern when you took Sabitzer, you took Upamecano, and you took their manager. How can you say that Bayern Munich have a worse squad than RB Leipzig? You need to explain to the Bayern. Okay, explain.
They lost Upamecano, Konate, Sabitzer, and Nagelsmann. But Leipzig replaced them all. So they bought Simakan, Vardio, Jesse Marsh is the new coach. And in the last day of the transfer window, they signed Ilak Moriba. And the main difference between Leipzig this year and of the last season is that now they have a goal scoring freak, Andre Silva, right? He scored 29 Gs last season for Frankfurt, and he could make the difference because last season when Leipzig finished second, the highest goal scorer was Sabitzer with 7 goals. And
where's Sabitzer now?
Yeah, but
I'm just saying, so you're right. I agree with you. It's just certain players were at one place and now they're in another place now. You know, it's just
they had Bosen and Zerloff, the total bricks. They couldn't score.
That's true.
And
That's true.
That is a little bit polemic, but I will say that Upamecano is overrated.
Okay. I don't disagree with that, to be honest, because especially when I think United played Leipzig at Old Trafford, he got exposed badly. I was like, I didn't want to say, oh, this guy's garbage, but I was like, it wasn't even the fact that it was 5-0, it's just the way that we scored the goals.
The Rashford hat trick.
It was we exposed him. We exposed him, and he was there, and it was.
So, Orba has been Leipzig's best centre back, and not Upamecano. And Konate was most of the time in the medical department. So,
right.
And do you know Simaka? Really good defender. And Vardiol, 19 years old, really promising defender. So,
go on, man.
Leipzig has a better team now than last season.
So are you literally wanting? So essentially, are you wanting me to do this?
Yes,
is that what you're wanting to do?
Exactly.
Is that what you want me to do? So everyone in this chat, I want this chat to realize that a Bayern Munich fan has said specifically that Leipzig are favorites to win the Bundesliga title this season.
Because if Lewandowski gets injured, who replaces him? Choupo-Moting? No.
I mean, Bulk says Wolfsburg might have the less big-name players, but might have the best consistency to challenge Bayern.
Yeah, Wolfsburg won their first 3 games.
Yeah, and Leipzig lost their first 2, didn't they?
Yes, exactly.
So you know, it's a bit sketchy. It's a bit. I think if we're being real, I think what's probably going to happen is this is probably going to happen. And then I think Wolfsburg are probably going to get into top 4, and Leipzig, sure. Maybe they might get a 4th.
You might say Borussia Dortmund could win the league, but I disagree with that. Even though they have
no love.
Haaland,
no love for Bayer Leverkusen or Gladbach.
Well, Bayer Leverkusen started really well.
Because essentially by doing this, we're putting all these teams into mid-table.
Bayer Leverkusen just before Dortmund. That's it.
So Leverkusen before Dortmund. So then that means Leipzig. We're going to go put Leipzig here.
No, Leipzig in second place. Second.
Leipzig in second place.
Yes.
So which team is going to drop out of here? Because we can't have 4 teams here.
So I think Dortmund will miss the Champions League.
Okay. Even with Haaland?
Yes.
Box says even if Lewandowski doesn't score, Müller, Gnabry, Sané, Sabitzer, Coman, Goretzka will step up to score. And that is, my friend, is why Bayern are still in the title winning position.
Sané? Are you sure about Sané?
Well, you know, maybe even if Sané doesn't, you know, Gnabry, Müller, Coman, Goretzka, you know, even Musiala, who's looking like quite a good talent.
The Messi, the next big talent.
Exactly. So, allow this. Bayern have got this Bundesliga title wrapped up.
Dortmund, as far as Dortmund are concerned,
so you think Dortmund will go here?
Yes, exactly. Okay, because even though they have Haaland, the midfield is really poor. They can't keep the ball. It's Dahoud and Bellingham. 2 box-to-boxes midfielders that can't really control the tempo of the game. So, and that right back Felix Pazlak, horrible right back. who breaks the Milnier.
So should we drop? Who should we drop into the mid-table then? Out of these 4 teams,
I would say Frankfurt.
Frankfurt. Okay, so I'm gonna add all these into the mid-table. Hoffenheim there as well,
Yeah.
and then okay, these are no particular order. They're just in the mid-table. So I know Red Side you're there as well. But looking at that, would people anyone disagree with that kind of sign? Let's start with the title winners, the UCL spots.
The only thing I would, well, apart from Dortmund and Wolfsburg, that basically looks it, yeah.
So you think that you'd put Wolfsburg where Dortmund is?
Yeah.
Come on, Red Side. Leipzig is winning the league.
I wish everybody wants that to happen, but
everyone wants that to happen. Everyone wants that to happen, but it's just unfortunate that Bayern basically have bought, essentially Leipzig's team again, so that's the problem. That's the problem here, so. Oh, Box says, actually, it's a question. And that, in fact, as we're rounding up, guys, for those who are still watching, and thank you for still getting involved and watching, guys. If you have any questions we round up for me or the panel, just post them in the chat. It could be anything in football in general related to what we talked about, but just post them in the chat and we'll address them in these last 5-10 minutes before we round up. I guess this will be a question to you, Bayern Studio. Can Stuttgart push for Europa League with goals from Kalajic and Silas, and I can't pronounce that surname, sorry.
Wamangituka. So,
think? Go on, Brian.
Surely then can. Stuttgart is like Real Sociedad, that sort of thing that wins the small games and then gets destroyed against the big teams. Last season, Stuttgart lost 4-0 to Bayern with 10 men from the 20th minute. So when Stuttgart face a big team, they get absolutely destroyed. They lost to Leipzig 4-0 in the second match day. But maybe they can catch a Europa League spot.
Or, obviously, wait for Conference League, which is obviously a thing, which will be, I think, 7th. I think it's the same thing in all leagues. The top 4 leagues, 5th and 6th will be Europa League, and 7th spot will be UEFA Conference League spot in the top 4. So that's an automatic spot, if I recall. I don't think you have to do playoffs, although you might have to. Well, yeah, you do. I think Spurs have to do one. But yeah, so everyone generally agrees with that? No issues? Okay, fair enough. Right, okay. Like I said, we've gone on for 2 hours now. I'm going to have to round things up, guys. Sorry about the Liga and Ligue predictions. What I'll do is I'll push that back to our Red Devil Live next week, where we just do the up previews for returning of football, and we'll try and fit in a Serie A and the Liga tier. Sorry, we've done the Serie A, Ligue 1 and La Liga tier list prediction. Let me know what you thought. If you enjoyed it as well, guys. Thank you to Bayern Soju and Red Side of Madrid for coming on the show. I really appreciate it. This is a lot more fun when there's people in the chat and obviously people on the panel. If you're new to the channel, remember to like the vid, subscribe. Links below to my Twitch channel. We are on Twitch as well. And also my second channel, Red Marvel, where we do a lot of entertainment, discussion, news, and what have you. Guys, any questions? Any thoughts? You guys okay?
Yes, I do have a question.
Go for it. Go for it, Bayern Man.
How many... well, very simple. Will Manchester United win the Premier League or the Champions League?